Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. Seeing some mid and upper level clouds out around the area this morning with some chilly temperatures just below freezing this morning. We'll see a chilly day ahead with those temperatures staying well below average, but not expecting any significant winds like we saw yesterday. And overall, we'll see dry conditions as we move through the day today. And looking at dry conditions as we move through much of the weekend until another system moves into the area for Sunday. It will bring a chance for some precip in the area for the early morning hours, mainly looking like a rain-snow mix with little to no accumulation expected. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we'll see generally high pressure building in control over the region, and that will be the case as we move through the next day or two. That area of low pressure well off to the north now, and do have this clipper system that's moving over central Virginia this morning, and we'll drop some light precip over particularly the western part of Virginia in the form of snow, but not expecting any significant impact as models have trended drier as we've been watching the last couple of days, and not expecting any precip to make its way up into the local area. Current conditions this morning: broken deck at 15,000 feet and broken deck at 25,000 feet. Winds out of the northwest at 4 knots. Temperature 29 degrees. Relative humidity is at 69%. We look at the current visible satellite as well as the composite radar. Here we can see that clipper system off to our southwest with some radar returns associated with that, tracking as mentioned across the central, western, central, and southern portions of Virginia. And that trend will continue as we move through the day today, staying mainly south of the local Wallops area, but we will continue to see the cloud cover associated with that system, particularly until we get into the later portion of the evening this evening. Looking at the high-resolution model for what we can expect for the next few days, as mentioned, we're looking at dry conditions today. That clipper system moves to the south. We'll see chilly conditions through the area today, and then going into the evening time frame before a brief cool down with some light variable winds. We'll see those winds turning more southwesterly as we move into the day on Saturday. That's going to help moderate those temperatures. We see those thickness values rising, bring back some more seasonable conditions, slightly below average but closer to our expected average high for this time of year through the day on Saturday. And we'll see just a slight breeze through the day as well. So overall, Saturday looking pretty good outside of some mostly cloudy conditions and partly cloudy at times, but dry conditions expected. As we move overnight Saturday into Sunday, clouds will generally be on the increase as we have a trough digging into the region. It's going to push this cold front fairly quickly through the region as we move into the early morning hours of Sunday. And as you can see here, models indicating some precipitation along that front, particularly as it passes the northern part of the peninsula and the northwestern part of Maryland. That's where we'll see that cold air catching up to the precip, allowing it to fall as snow. Will be a bit lagging to get into the local area as the front passes. So expecting just before sunrise on Sunday some precipitation to start, likely starting as some light rain, possibly mixing with some frozen precipitation briefly, and then as the front pushes through, we'll start to see some of that colder air on the back side of the front, but by then we'll see that front quickly moving through, expecting precipitation to come to an end by mid to late morning. And again, as this system is pretty quick moving and we're looking to struggle to get the cold air in with that precipitation, we're looking at maybe a dusting of accumulation up to maybe less than half an inch locally here at Wallops. Points further north, closer to the Salisbury area, have a slightly better chance of seeing up to about an inch of precipitation, or excuse me, an inch of snow accumulation. And then the real hot spot of the heaviest accumulations up to a few inches will be again across that northern peninsula in that northwestern Maryland region. Again, going to have that cold air struggling to get in to the local area in time. So seeing much of that precipitation falling in the form of a mixed rain as it pushes through the area. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, expecting green conditions as we move through the next 24 hours, we'll see west-northwesterly winds, 7 to 12 knots as we move through the day today. We'll see our high temperature around 39 degrees and mostly cloudy conditions continuing with ceilings expected to fall down to around 12,000 feet as we move into the afternoon hours. Going into the evening, we'll see that Clipper system moving out of the area. We'll start to see some clearing of the skies, some light and variable winds that allows temperatures to cool down to around 28 degrees before those winds pick up slightly and become more south-southwesterly. And that initiates a slight warming trend as we move through the later portion of the morning. But we'll see some clouds building back into the area with temperatures back into the low to mid 30s to start the day on Saturday. Tides are running slightly above normal. For Saturday, partly to mostly cloudy conditions as mentioned. Fairly quiet, dry weather day. Seasonable temperature high up around 49 degrees. Green conditions for our weather risk moving into Saturday evening, mostly cloudy, becoming overcast. Again, that light rain-snow mix arrives just before sunrise Sunday morning. Excuse me, and we'll see that orange risk precip as well as some reduced ceilings visibilities with that activity. We'll see the winds on the increase as well as that front starts to move closer to the area. So becoming slightly breezy as we get into the start of the day on Sunday. Low expected around 32, so as you can see, struggling to get below freezing with that precipitation pushing in. Sunday we'll see cloudy and that light rain snow to start the morning and then ending by mid to late morning. Again, just expecting about a dusting to possibly up to less than half an inch accumulation locally here at Wallops. Otherwise, we'll see those slightly breezy conditions becoming windy as we go, particularly into the afternoon time frame as that boundary pushes through. Do expect those winds to really crank up a bit. So do have introduced that red risk for those winds above 25 knots, as we do expect some gusty winds on the back side of that front. And we'll likely see our high around 36 degrees early in the morning time frame. And then as that front pushes through, we'll see those temperatures slowly falling with those clouds becoming mostly cloudy as we move through the day today. So that's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.